Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadashivam once again with you, and today we are going to talk about India's decision to abstain from voting in the United Nations General Assembly pertaining to Myanmar. Now, United Nations General Assembly has approximately 193 countries and India has abstained from voting. What is the meaning of abstaining from voting? Now, we will address that particular question a little later, but let's first know what happened in Myanmar. I would like to point out that what is happening in Myanmar is a very detailed study, but in this particular post, I'm just going to give you just an overview of what is happening there, and for detailed information, you have to go through textbooks just to understand this particular issue in great depth. Okay, so I will be talking about certain important points which will be kind of a refresher for you as far as this Myanmar issue is concerned. Now, we have seen a spate of violence in Myanmar for the last few months because there was a military coup. If you remember, when the budget was presented in India during the first week of February, there was a coup because military took over Myanmar government. Now, if you remember, there were elections in the month of October and November last year. Generally, military has approximately 110 reserved seats against a total of 440. But in spite of that, the main party there, which is the NLD, they won with a thumping majority. And NLD wanted to curtail the power of military. They wanted to reduce because they wanted to make the whole country a little more democratic, power to the people, etc. There were so many reasons, but one of the reasons was also NLDs wanting to exercise some kind of control on the military led to violence, and then there was a coup, and then Janta took over the reins of the government, and they put San Seo Kyu and most other politicians, high dignified officers, dignitaries, bureaucrats behind the bars, and that is what is happening. And most of the countries in the world have condemned it because that was a democratically elected government, and the military staged a coup, and no country appreciates that. So there has been some violence. Now it's gone to the United Nations General Assembly. Now, last week there was a resolution which was passed in the UNGA, which is United Nations General Assembly, and India abstained from voting. Now, what is the meaning of abstained from voting? We will talk about that. It abstained because the views of India, they were not reflected in the final resolution which was presented by the United Nations. Now, 119 member states, we are talking about 193 countries in the General Assembly, out of which 119 member states were in favor of this resolution, including Myanmar themselves. There were 26 other nations which included our country, Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, Laos, Thailand, Russia, and of course China also. And so many countries, other countries, they have abstained, 36 countries. What it means? Abstaining from voting means neither they said nor no. But they have made their voice very clear that their views were not reflecting in the resolution, because these are the countries which are in the proximity of Myanmar, and anything which is happening there has a direct effect on these countries, and therefore the views of these countries must have been taken even before the United Nations drafted their resolution. That's one point of view. Now let us look at how many people voted against them. It is Belarus. They voted against that. So typically voting against the resolution means they supported the military. Obviously, India cannot vote for the military because that opposed to supporting the military, because nobody would like to do that, right? But there is a military government. So India abstained from voting. Neither they voted yes, nor they voted no. Neither yes, nor no. So certain things were there in that resolution which were very generic. Your human rights need to be respected, the violence need to be reduced, The Rohingya Muslims need to be respected, more diplomatic things should happen, etc. The greatest challenge in this resolution is coming after 4 years. Okay, this resolution came after big gap of 4 months. But even after 4 months, India was not consulted. And moreover, they talk of non-binding. Remember this; it's very important. When they say it is non-binding, which means they are not enforcing it. It is just a suggestion, right? Especially when there is a coup, it is necessary to come with a heavy hand, right? To put pressure and putting all these as non-binding prescriptions. The arms supply inside Myanmar also should be stopped because they're not self-sufficient or a self-reliant nation in terms of manufacturing arms, etc., etc. And nobody should supply arms to them, right? So they were all non-binding and they were not enforced, which was not there. It was done in a very hasty manner. In fact, the diplomatic guy Mao Tun is actually considered as the Myanmar's ambassador in the United Nations. Remember his name, Mo Tun was his name. You can check the spelling to know how to pronounce that. So in spite of the military coup, the United Nations considers Mo Tun as a recognized Myanmar representative. So some of the things, once again, let me repeat that. It was done in a very hasty manner. The borders are very, very porous between India, Myanmar, other countries. It is porous because all the more reason why these countries should have been consulted, especially India being a big country. Now that the Indian representative in the United Nations is Tirumurti, please remember his name. It can be asked in any competitive examination, right? Otherwise, you have to mention all these names in the essay very clearly, otherwise marks will be deducted. Tirumurti is a very important name that you need to keep in mind. So most countries feel that the root cause of this particular issue needs to be addressed, right? Now we have a US Security Council in which we have 15 members and some permanent members like China, etc., right? They have the veto powers. Many people are saying that sanctions can be imposed there. But the issue is when you impose sanctions on a country like Myanmar, it affects the common man much more than it affects the military. We need to understand this aspect very, very clearly. Because even in 2003, a sanction was imposed on Myanmar, which cost more than 50 to 60,000 jobs. I think in the area of textiles, many people lost their jobs, many people suffered because in these kind of situation, the military should be punished and not the common man, right? Not just one country, by US, UK, even Australia imposed sanctions on Myanmar at one point of time because they did all these sanctions, failed to meet their objectives. Ultimately, the common innocent man, he is going to suffer the brunt, right? Now, none of these Asian countries were consulted. If you talk about Asian countries, there are 10 countries including Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Vietnam, Singapore, Myanmar, Laos, Indonesia, Brunei, I think, is also one of the member states. I'm talking not Asian, ASEAN, okay? Asian countries, not ASIAN, okay? They have come out with a 5-point plan, simple. Violence needs to be stopped. It has to be made in uncertain, unequivocal terms. Violence has to stop. Second, the mediation process should start and a special envoy needs to be appointed. The sanctions are not working and therefore you have to resort to other diplomatic methods, track to whatever that needs to be employed. Arms supply needs to be stopped, and these are the 5-point plans that the Asian companies have prescribed. Okay guys, I hope you all like this, just an overview of what is happening in Myanmar along with the latest news, which is India abstaining from voting in the United Nations General Assembly, and we also discussed what abstaining from voting in the United Nations General Assembly means. This could be a very important question in the IAS IPS examination, particularly in the year 20. Some of these can come in essay, some of these can come in your preliminary objective type questions also. Okay guys, this is Dr. Sadashivam signing off till we meet again. Bye bye. Jai Hind.